Let me show you why. This would be an amazing place for the family picnic. What could we have to eat? This would be a perfect place to sing happy birthday to Dad. Wait a minute. Let me practice. Sun is in the sky, oh why would I want to be anywhere else? Did you know that these steps have got every letter of the alphabet on? Have a look. Can you think of a food that starts with every letter of the alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z! Locke Park's a brilliant place for a game of hide and seek. Can you keep up with me in this step challenge? We're going to do 30 seconds and how many times you can step up and down onto a step. Ready, steady, go! We can get a band to come and play for Dad at the bandstand! Did you know Locke Park had its own dragon? Well, this week our Douglas the dragon has been with the Mitchell family. Let's see what he's been up to.
Go do it.
This week, Douglas is going to be with John and his family. We look forward to seeing what you get up to, Douglas. Don't forget to send us some pictures. One of our favourite things to play as a family is Frisbee. you sit down on your chair and get back up again in 30 seconds. Like this. Ready, steady, go! And if you're tired after all that fun, there's loads of places to have a quick nap. I've got a problem, I wonder if you can help me. Dad's given me a list of activities he wants for his family party, but I've dropped them all. Can you help me rearrange the letters to find 4 fun things to do at a family party? There are 4 activities, but all the letters are got muddled up. Can you work out what they are before all the letters fall into place? Number 1. What could this be? Of course, it's a bouncy castle. Number 2. Archery, Dad's favourite. One for the kids here. I think I've got it. Face painting. Look at that scary dragon. Last but not least, Dad said he used to play this one when he was a kid, so he really wants it at the family party. My favourite too! Pass the parcel! Well, I hope you got those. Doesn't that sound like a great list of activities for a party? Bouncy castle, archery, face painting and pass the parcel. So we've got the place, the food, the activities. Now all we need is a guest list. I mean, I know Mum and Dad and our cousin John, but who else? Maybe the balmy Baron of Bradfield. Maybe Lord Lucas of Lunwood. I better go and see Dad and find out who he wants to be at his family party. Dad, I have just been planning the most amazing party. Our family party is going to be incredible. It's going to be Locke Park, I've planned activities, I've got food. It's going to be so good. All I need now from you is the guest list. Who do you want me to invite?
I'm pleased you've asked. I've just made this guest list here. Just have a look at these and see what you think.
Wait a minute. I get why we've got Prince John on there, because he's in our family, but Johnny the Jolly Jester?
Johnny the Jolly Jester, I want him.
Holly the Herald? The Mitchell family? They're not in our family. Why are they coming to our family party?
Now, Penny, just settle down a bit. Let's just have a look at this. The reason I want these people to be with me is because I've chosen these to come and be part of the kingdom. They are my subjects in the kingdom and I want them to be with us.
No, Dad! I don't think that's fair! It's not fair! It's not fair!
Now, Penny, come on. Penny, please. Penny, be a good girl. Listen to your dad. You've got to realise these people are very special to me. You and my family are so special but I want these people of the kingdom to be part with us, to enjoy all the things that we have. I want them to share everything that I have with them. Now, wouldn't you want to do that? To, allow other people to enjoy the things that you have as well.
So I'm still coming.
You very much coming.
And Mum's coming.
And Mum's coming.
And John's coming.
John's coming. Everybody's coming.
But you want all these people to be there as well?
Because they're so special. They've been chosen by me to be part of this great banquet and feast. Okay. Let's rejoice and be very happy with it.
Okay, Dad. I'll invite all them people, I promise.
Okay, thank you very much.
excited to be invited to the King of Kendray's family party. It is so good to be considered somebody's family, isn't it? I wonder who is in your family. I wonder who you live with in your house, and about your cousins and your grandma and your nephews and nieces. Well, we're going to have a little quiz to start with today, and I wonder if you can tell me the names of each of these famous families.
Do you know the names of these famous families? Who is this one? Of course, it's the Simpsons. What about this family? It's the Flintstone family. And who is this family? It's the Parrs, better known as the Incredibles. Who's this family? It's the Weasleys. This is a hard one. Who's this family? It's the Spy Kids family, the Cortez family. And last but not least, who is this family? It's the royal family, the Windsors.
Families are normally made up of the people born into that family. So mums and dads have kids, and those brothers and sisters have children, and they become cousins, and the person who's your mum's mum is your grandma. We can be connected together like that, but sometimes new people join our family. Maybe somebody marries our auntie and becomes our uncle. Maybe somebody gets adopted into our family. So sometimes families can change. Well, today in our Bible story, we're going to hear about what it means to be Jesus' true family. Watch and listen along and see if you can hear what it means to be part of Jesus' family.
Jesus had been spending time with his disciples, traveling, teaching, and healing people. And in the story that we're going to hear about today, Jesus was with his disciples and they went into a house. And because of what people had heard about him, a crowd gathered. The crowd was so big that Jesus and his disciples couldn't even eat. Now, Jesus' mother Mary and his brothers heard where he was, so they went to go see him. But the crowd was so big and the house was so full that they sent someone in to get him. Someone said to Jesus, "Your mom and your brothers are outside. They are looking for you." Then Jesus asked some kind of strange questions. He said, "Who is my mother? Who are my brothers?" What? Surely Jesus must know who they are. But just to be clear, Jesus knew exactly who his mother and his brothers were. He was just asking these questions to get the attention of everyone in the crowd. Imagine, when he said this, people probably leaned in to hear what he was going to say next. Let's read. Then Jesus looked at the people sitting in a circle around him. He said, "Here is my mother. Here are my brothers. Anyone who does what God wants is my brother or sister or mother." Jesus was doing something that was really shocking and amazing here. You see, in Jesus' time, who your family was mattered pretty much more than anything. Who your father was, what tribe or family you came from, that was a really big deal. In fact, your job or your identity or your value was really shaped around your family. And Jesus is saying that these people who are not blood related to him, are his family. And not just extended family like cousins, but his brothers and sisters and his mother. That's pretty unreal. In this moment, Jesus shows us a new kind of family. Not a family that's created through biological connections, but a family that's created through people coming together to live God's way. Everyone who follows Jesus, who has ever lived, from oldest to youngest, from every continent on our planet, is our family.
Jesus' mum and his brothers have come to see him. But instead of joining in and listening to the good news that he's got to share about his kingdom, they want him to come out and come away and stop talking to people. So Jesus looks at the people around him and he says, "These are my mother and my brothers." Wow! For those people, wherever they'd come from, whatever their background, Jesus is saying, you can be in my family. This isn't like going to visit the Queen, like some people do when they get an award from her. With that, you have to turn up in a certain outfit, arrive at a certain door, and then there are very strict rules on what you can and can't do, where you can go, what you can touch, and what time you've got to leave. Jesus' invitation is more like being given your own key, being able to put your feet on the coffee table,
getting to look in the fridge and grab a snack, and not having those fancy ropes in the way of letting you wander around. That would be pretty awesome if you were invited into the Queen's family. But this is even more amazing. God is not the king of just one country, or even one continent, or even just the world. He is the king of the whole universe. He even owns all the stars in the sky. And he isn't inviting you to be a guest for just a little bit of time. He is inviting you to be family. As a way of remembering that we're invited into God the King's family, we're going to do an awesome craft now, where you are going to make your own little teeny tiny royal family.
Welcome to Craft Corner.
Yes, welcome. Oh, where's our boy gone? Hi, Mummy. Hello. Hello.
Hi, son.
Hello. Today, we're going to be making these. Okay, now. Stay out of the biscuit barrel. For this craft, you're going to need some toilet roll tubes, some scissors, some googly eyes, some gloopy glue, some colourful card, and maybe a bit of bling as well. Oh, right then, let's get started with the craft. Okay, you might notice there's a little person next to me. His name is Jake. Hello, Jake.
Hi.
He's my son, yes. What we're going to do then is, first we're going to start off with the king and queen. So I'm going to do the queen, and then you're going to do the king. Right, okay. So what we need to do here is, with the gloopy glue, I'm going to do the queen here. So I've got a bit of tissue paper. I'm just going to just stick a little bit in there, just around the edges. There we go. And then I'm going to stick her hair, that's right, in the middle. Oh, I don't want that. Right, I'm going to stick her hair in like that, okay? That's a little bit tatty at the moment, but we have something like this. Right, okay. Now, I'm going to stick a little bit of glue along the top there. And what I've done here is I've cut out like a crown shape. So I'm going to stick that round her head there. Now, if you have a little bit of trouble with that, what we're going to do is a little bit of sellotape. We'll hold that right in place for you. Okay, Jake, right.
Yep.
I'm going to help you with your bit now.
Okay.
Just going to leave that bit there for a moment. Okay, so we're halfway there with a queen. Okay then, right, so what we're going to do is I've made a bit of a red cape, so it goes around the front like that. Okay, let me just trim that off a bit for you there. Okay, so what we'll do there is just trim that off a little bit so it can stand up.
Cool.
Okay, nice. So you see now that's coming along, king, and going to be a queen. Okay, so let's show off these, show your king off there, Jake. There's the king, and there's the queen. And what I've also done is I've cut a toilet roll, a bit of card a little bit shorter, and then I made a little prince. But obviously, it could be a little princess as well. So, there we are, I've got a happy little family here, royal family. Hello, 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 sir. Hello, I love you. Hello, there's a handsome boy, my cardboard tube boy. Well, thank you.
That's the son. the mum, that's the dad.
That's it, Jake. Well, I want to thank you very much for helping me do this craft today. Now, if you made any of these crafts at home, please send them in to this email address that's going to pop up on the screen. There we go. Right. Thank you very much for watching this week's Craft Corner with me, Prince John, and Prince Jake.
Jake Hansen.
Yes. Thank you very much for your help, Jake. You've been wonderful. Anyway, see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much, John and Jake, for sharing that craft with us. If you make a teeny tiny royal family, why not send us a picture so we can show other people what you've made? And wasn't it good for Prince John to have his son, Prince Jake, there, part of his family? Hopefully we'll see more of John's family because Douglas is going to stay with them. Well, I hope you come from a really good family who are really kind and look after you well. What is your favourite thing about being part of your family? Maybe it's the fact that someone has to let you in when you knock on the door. Maybe it's the fact that you get loads of hugs and cuddles when you're feeling sad. Maybe it's the fact that they feed you loads of yummy food, or your favourite family traditions, things that you enjoy doing together. I love spending Christmas with my family. We play games together and we have a great time. I love being in a family. Isn't it great though that Jesus says we can be in his family as well? And that means he will always be there for us. He listens to us when we want to talk to him, and most of all, he invites us to get to be in his kingdom. He shares that with us like an amazing brother. That really is good news, which is a great time for us to pause and sing our memory verse about the good news. Was really good news about how we can be in God's kingdom forever. Not everybody wanted to listen to the message. Even Jesus' mother and brothers were coming to take him away to stop him talking to people. It's a bit like when Princess Penny didn't want to take those invitations to all the other people that the king wanted to be at the party. She shouldn't have got to decide, but because she wanted to keep it just her family, she was really mean and she had a temper tantrum, didn't she? Well, the great news is that Jesus doesn't keep us out of his party. He wants to invite us in. Let's have another look at our Bible passage. Then Jesus looked at the people sitting in a circle around him. He said, "Here is my mother. Here are my brothers. Anyone who does what God wants is my brother or sister or mother." Did you hear what it was that meant that we were in his family? Anyone who does what God wants. Well, I think what God wants is for us to listen to Jesus. Jesus' mother and brothers were trying to take him away and stop people listening to him. But really, what they should have done was sit right down and listen to the good news that we can be in God's kingdom. Let me give you an example. Last year I got married and Curtis became my husband and my family. But along with Curtis, I got these three as well. River, Jared and Courtney. They became my stepkids. Imagine if I wanted to welcome Curtis to come and live in my house with me when we got married, but I didn't want River and Jared and Courtney. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? I couldn't reject them, but love him. Well, if we want to listen to God and do what he wants, we need to listen to his son Jesus, because he is the King. We are only in the 3rd chapter of Mark's story about Jesus' life. We've already seen that he's king over sickness, king over evil, and king over sin. I love my brother, but he's sometimes really annoying, and when we were younger, he used to get me into trouble. Once, when I was in my bedroom, I heard him yell out, "Ow! Mum, Charlotte's hurting me!" I wasn't even in the same room. Well, Jesus isn't an annoying brother. He's the best brother we could ask for. He lets us be part of God's family if we trust in him. So I want to end on a question. Are you in God's family? Do you trust in and listen to Jesus? Well, there'll be more from the Kingdom Quest next week. See you then.